இளங்கோ ஐயா, இளங்கோ இருக்கீங்க? இளங்கோ ஐயா, ஐயா நான் ட்ரெயின்ல வந்துகிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஐயா நீங்க பிஸியா இருக்கீங்களா? ஐயா
ஆமாங்க, டிராவல்ல போயிட்டு
இளங்கோ ஐயா.
இருக்கேன். பேசஞ்சர் எடுத்து வந்துட்டுமா. வேற யாராவது கொஞ்சம் ஹெல்ப் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க, டிராவல்ல இருக்கேன்.
சரி 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 சரி. மேம் எனி Santosh Kumari ma'am?
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
PPT?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shall we share the screen, sir?
Please share any PPT for problem. Okay. Full screen, please insert full screen.
Sir, is it visible?
Madam.
Sir, is it visible?
Visible, but full screen. Not sir.
Now, sir?
Beginning from start, first slide.
Visible, sir?
Okay, madam. Okay. Clear, very clear. Thank you. Please screen share. Stop. Stop. பாண்டியம்மாள் இருக்கீங்களா? பாண்டியம்மாள் பாண்டியம்மாள் இருக்கீங்களா?
சார் இருக்கேன் சார். சார் இருக்கேன் சார்.
இன்னைக்கு நீங்க தான் ஷேர் பண்றீங்க. அப்படியே தொடங்கிருங்க.
என்னங்க சார் ஷேர் பண்ணணும்?
இன்னைக்கு நீங்க தான் வந்து ஷேர் பர்சன் நீங்க தான்.
சரிங்க சார், சரிங்க.
மோகனகரீஷ் ஏதோ செல் சுவிட்ச் ஆஃப்னு வருது. அதனால நம்ம தான் பண்ணி ஆகணும்.
சரிங்க சார். இப்ப எது என்ன சார் பண்ணணும் நானு?
மேம் அப்படியே தொடங்கி எடுத்துட்டு போக வேண்டியதுதான். இப்போ இன்னும் சேக்கப் சார் இன்னும் காணோம்.
சரிங்க சார். சேக்கப் சார் வர வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்ணுவாங்க சார்.
இல்லம்மா, அப்படி தொடங்கிடலாம். அந்த ஒரு நிமிஷம் இருக்கு, நான் எல்லாருக்கும் போன் அடிச்சுட்டு வந்துடுறேன்.
Hello.
Santosh Kumari ma'am, some network issues, some officials, Mohanagaris and President, all are people network issues problem. So direct go to our webinar. Pandiyamal madam, அப்படியே proceed பண்ணுங்க. டைரக்டா பைலட் கிட்ட ஃப்ளோர் கொடுத்துருங்க. பண்டியம்மாள் தயாரா இருக்கீங்களா?
சார் சொல்லுங்க சார். ஹலோ ஹலோ சார், செக்ரட்டரி சார். ஓகே சார் வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண சொன்னாங்க. ஸோ டுடே வந்து we are conducting 1148th session to our Delta. ஸோ இப்போ வந்து JCI creed by V Pandiyamal. Wait for some minutes. Okay, I start. That faith, JCI agreed that faith in God gives a meaning and a purpose to human life. The brotherhood of man transcends the
Sovereignty of nation.
ma'am. Wait, ma'am. Brotherhood of man transcends the sovereignty of nations. That economic justice can best be won by free man through free enterprise. The government that government should be of laws rather than of man. That its great treasure lies in human personality. And to humanity is the best work of life. Thank you. Thanks to all. So today we are celebrating 1448. So the floor hand over to our chief guest, madam. Thank you, madam.
Gandhi sir, shall I start the session?
Yes, madam. With pleasure, madam. Start, ma'am. Because nobody are present, madam. So please present. Please start session, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, is the screen share visible?
Very
Yes,
clear,
ma'am. Yes,
madam.
ma'am. Very clear, ma'am. Very clear. Start, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. I thank the chairperson of today's session. Because of some network issues, they could not attend. Raj Kumar Garu and our national trainer Sen Binu Jakan sir, who is the chief guest, and all the eminent personalities, founder of this Delta platform, and Gandhi Lane Garu, Mohan Harish Garu, and Mahesh sir, and Alangovan sir, and all the program coordinators. A great opportunity given to me to express on that particular topic today. So this session, whoever are the participants available, I want that to be a kind of lively session. So I request you to just jot down whatever questions I asked. I request you to just type in the chat box so that it would be like a interactive session and we don't feel like it is a kind of online session. So with this, we'll be starting. And the title itself is Espresso English, which is a little bit different, which I planned. Yeah. So I'm Dr. Santosh Kumari, and I'm a Joan trainer, JCI India. At the same time, national neuro-linguistic practitioner and life coach and transformational coach. And I'm working as associate professor and head of the department in Srinidhi University. So coming to the topic. So why this espresso came into the picture? Generally, we use this word for coffee and all that, right, sir? So what is the difference between a coffee and espresso? Can anybody type in the chat box? In 10 seconds, not more than that. So what is the difference between espresso and coffee? Generally, we'll have coffee, tea, and all that. So whenever we get headache and all that, for the strongness, we have coffee in general because caffeine. So whenever we're talking about espresso English, even English, we feel that it has to be strengthened. And that will help you even if you go on this global platform. So that is the reason I just kept, yes, it's a special type of coffee, exactly. And yes, more thicker than coffee. And the brewing is a little bit different compared to coffee and espresso. Thank you so much. I think somebody's name is not there, and the other one is Sahil. Thank you for your quick responses. So today we are going to discuss certain points related to what is this espresso English and why this English is required, and what is about this global English and how is it useful for business people, and what is it, where is it, what are the benefits for business English, and why is English communication important nowadays. So these are the contents of today's session. So now, can you identify this picture and type which movie is that? I hope everybody is interested in watching movies. Which movie is this? Can anybody identify and type in the chat? Yes, English for English. Very good. So what is the theme of this movie? It's about some concept, right? So you could see Sridevi and her family and all that. Can you tell me what is the theme of this particular movie? Yes, Sridevi, good. Making language learning a fun. Okay. So it's a activity based, right? Now, just for a few seconds, I want you to listen to an audio clip, then we will discuss. Is the video not audible? Now is it?
Yes, the video is not audible, ma'am.
Not audible. Okay, 1 second, 1 second.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, sir. Good evening,
It
sir.
must be a problem with, like how you're sharing your screen, basically.
Yeah,
If
that's
you
what.
can, I think if you can directly go to YouTube, it will work possibly. Something like web, sharing web or something is there, I think.
Yes, sir. Now I'm trying. Now it will work, I suppose. 1 second,
Yes.
sir. What is this? Sir, is my screenshot visible?
Process, madam. Process.
Okay. Now is it audible, sir?
Shashi, what can I do for you? How to...
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Shashi, what can I do for you? How to join class?
Well, we have an LSE 4 class that starts today. Then we have an LSE 6 class starting next week and an LSE 8 class that starts next month.
LIC?
Oh, sorry. LSE is Learn to Speak English in 4 weeks. LSE 6 is Learn to Speak English in 6 weeks.
Madam, sorry. Slow.
Sorry, sorry. The Learn to Speak English 4 class is a
Okay. Now you watch one small video. Now, just tell me, after watching, there is one more small clip. After watching that video, may I know the observations between these two videos?
May I? मीरा, केविन, ये शादी है ना? हिंदी में This marriage is a beautiful thing. It is the most special friendship. Friendship of two people who are equal.
So can you just type me just basic words, or if you want, you can unmute yourself and give your observation in a couple of seconds, not more than that. So first video and the second video. What is the basic observation in terms of Sridevi's character? Difference of confidence. Yes, exactly. And still few more points you might have observed. Okay, good. So when you observe this, in the first video, you could see one person talking in a proper accent of that particular country, and the other person from another country or a non-native speaker who is unable to catch the flow or that kind of pace when you're talking about the first video. And repetition has been happening, and you could feel that whatever that person wants to communicate, slowly by bits and pieces, pauses, that person has been communicating. That has happened in video 1. And video 2, if you observe, now that person, the same person who is unable to catch up, the same person tried to speak on her own in front of a huge audience, and she has been delivering her talk. Initially, what language comes? It is her mother tongue. So initially, he has started speaking in Hindi, followed by, she started slowly speaking her own native language, and followed by English. So when you observe this, like how the change happened. In the first video, that lady was horrified by the language. But remember, the feel, or to learn the language and to be in front of their family members as a person who speaks English fluently along others. So that is the only motto which makes her speak properly in the next video. So that is the intensity or espresso which we want for any kind of individual who is learning a non-native language. It may be English, it may be French, it may be Spanish, or any other language, or German, because for all the students who are going for other countries and all that, Swedish or German, Spanish, all these are the important languages which they need to learn. So whenever you're talking about espresso, as somebody has rightly quoted in the beginning of the session, so it is something like a shot. You don't find a big cup of espresso, but whatever gist you need to give, that will be given in short, in brief. And the strongness makes you come out of your headaches, and it makes you feel very comfortable, even if you take a small shot. In spite of taking a big cup of coffee, which is around 170 to 140 ml of whatever, caffeine. So 60 to 80 mg, which gives you a brief motto of whatever we want to excel. So today we're going to see that. Now, just I have given you two pictures here, and these two members, I think there's no need of any introduction. One is, can you tell anybody, can you tell me who is the first person and who is the second person? I think it's quite easy, hopefully. Yes, Abdul Kalam. And other one is the first female astronaut from India. She is none other than Kalpana Chawla. Now, when you see the lives of these two people, both of them did extremely miracles in the history of India, and even like flight, and she's the first pilot. And Abdul Kalam sir is the most important person in this. He's the 11th president of our country. At the same time, almost a lot of things he has done for today. Fortunately, we are sending Chandrayaan 3 from our country, pride to the nation. But when you're talking about the foundation stone, starting from Vikram Sarabhai or Brahm Prakash, all these people, Abdul Kalam sir was also a part of them. And he was also called as Missile Man of India. So when you take these kind of legendary examples, and even if you take Kalpana Chawla, she was from almost a kind of traditional family where there is no for the child education, especially girl child education. She has come out and she has become one of the pilots, and she went into space. Twice she came, and unfortunately, in once when she was entering into the space shuttle, she was collapsed. So when you're talking about this, when you observe the great leaders, legendary people, but initially even they have problem with communication. Initially, when Abdul Kalam attended an interview for pilot, he was disqualified because of his lack of communication skills, especially English communication. And he himself mentioned that in his book, Wings of Fire. And Kalpana Chawla, initially when she was selected, she was 9th member and only 8 members got selected in her first trial or first attempt. She was disqualified because of her lack of communication and English communication aspects. Now, even those people, they faced that failure because, they were from a kind of Telugu medium background or their local medium background and all that. But still, they never ever give up. And if they might have given up there, then we might not have seen great legendaries now. So remember, learning English for Sridevi in English movie takes hardly 4 months to 6 months. But learning our mother tongue, it takes many days. So is it to learn English or any other languages? Any other languages, in the sense our mother tongue is comparatively tough than English. So it's very easy to learn English. Even if you could not, learn English, never ever get defended or given up, because there are so many channels where you can enhance your English communication skills. Now, when we are observing this, there are 5 reasons why English is a global language today. So first one is snowball effect. I hope everyone, you might have seen Snowball. So generally, when you go into a kind of a place, even in Wonderla recently, snow and all this kind of artificial arrangements are done. So when you observe that, you can take it and throw it. Whenever it is there in your hands, it is very, very hard. Even it is very cool, you can't hold it. And you have to throw it after a couple of seconds, not even minutes, unless you are practiced. So even learning English is almost like that only. And you need to learn it, but you should not convert yourself into a English maniac person. you have to give priority to your mother tongue. You need to give priority and importance to your language skills, and you need to learn English so that in this global platform you can survive. And technology and space related concepts, almost all the concepts and all the books, as I mentioned here, are written in English. That is the basic reason we call English as a global language. And English is a mother tongue of British Empire. So whatever we speak, whatever language we learn, that's the reason we ask you to go for British English rather than American English and all that, because that colonial India, even Britishers, they colonized all the entire places in the world. So, almost all the places you'll find English of that particular dialect. Like, for example, Americans, they'll speak American English. Indians, Indian English. Or in such a way, China, Chinese English. So in such a way, whichever country you go, with their own influence, with their own mother tongue influence, their particular English would be there. But when you are taking a standard should be English, British English, because that is the mother tongue. So whatever you feel about the mother tongue, so the same feeling they have towards their language. So when you go to other countries, you need to go for received pronunciation, which is accepted all over the globe, because there are many dialects of the language. So that is the reason there are many missionary schools which were incorporated whenever they colonized, they occupied any country. They used to establish missionary schools where they make the people learn English, because that is the medium between the colonized and the colonizers. So that is the reason we today in the position to learn English in order to have a global platform, because in and around the globe, everybody learns English and everybody knows English. Now, English, what is the basic purpose of English? Because even when you go to business, you need to use business vocabulary, you need to learn negotiations, you need to learn presentations, you have to do all the skills which are required for your communication. That is very, very important. And then in education, like for example, academics, even if you want to study higher education or BTech, BE, PG courses, and if you want to go abroad, study abroad, you need to write IELTS examination, where English, LSRW skills again came into the picture. So remember, English in education, English in business, at the same time, personal life. For example, you are staying somewhere in another country, or even within country in other place where you don't know their mother tongue. So obviously, the media of communication would be English. And in professional life, yes, presentation plays a crucial role. And even if you know a lot of knowledge, unless you communicate to others, it will be a tough job. So it's very, very important. Excuse me. So now, how you need to incorporate the basic communication in terms of English and how you need to present yourself. That is most important thing. Excuse me. So first thing is use your body language. Your body language is most important indicator. Yes, sir.
May I ask you a question if you don't mind?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, please.
Okay. Like in the recent times, there are other languages which are kind of, gaining more importance or becoming more and more dominant. For example, Chinese and many other Italian or Spanish, French. So do you think somewhere the, importance of English is kind of, getting hampered or something that way?
No, sir. Actually, a very good question. Actually, very good question. According to me, French, yes, French, Spanish, and all these languages, and everybody knows the mostly spoken language is Spanish, not English. But English is considered as international language because majority of the books, or almost all the books, are written in English. So there, the necessity of learning English came into the picture. That's the reason we call English as an international language. So unless there will be a change in, nowadays transliteration came into the picture, where the draft and everything has been converted into the mother tongue of the respective people, and digital humanities came into the picture and all this. With the advent of all these things, there might be a probability of a little reduction in the usage, but definitely 90% that international flavor will not go off, sir.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. I
Yes.
think you have answered my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now, use of body language is one important concept, and the other one is learning to interact with others. Generally, we feel shy to interact with others. And sing a song technique. Generally, if you watch some music or some songs and try to hum them. Yes, try to watch them, listen to them, and try to repeat them so that the language will be inherently in your subconscious mind that will be registered. And be brave. You need to be very confident, like Sridevi, that you feel like you will be learning. And try to think in English rather than in your mother tongue. Initially, yes, it is a tough job. But once you keep on doing it, yes, you can do it. And once if you speak something, try to record it. Nowadays, long back when we were studying, there was no question of any mobile phones and all that. But nowadays, everything is in your pocket. Listen to it, try to repeat and see what are the mistakes you have done, and try to overcome those mistakes by taking the support of your teachers or your friends or any of your friends or near and dear, so that you, and even siblings and parents, are very, very good option to get your problems rectified. You can show them, and siblings are the best. And keep a speaking journal. So once, today you do something and jot down somewhere, and tomorrow you do something, write down what are the improvisations or what are the differences you find in your own presentations. So in such a way, try to overcome your own problems by looking into the mirror. That's a very good exercise. And talk to English speaking friends. So try to, develop a kind of conversation, as I mentioned in the second point. Try to talk to your friends. So this is very, very important to learn in order to enhance your speaking ability as well as reading and writing, because all LSRW skills are interconnected. So coming to the next point, it is business English uses. So as I already mentioned, it's very useful for business meetings when you need to deal with the people from different places, different parts of India or abroad, whatever is that. You need to have kind of meetings. You need to negotiate. You need to convince the audience, convince others, and sales presentation. You need to sell your products, or business correspondence like emails, letters, and all this, business reports and summaries. All these things you need to draft in English. So it's very useful for you to enhance your language skills. Now, English communication is very important nowadays in 4 different arenas. First thing is your speaking skills. Your fluency should increase or improve in order to strengthen your initial career stages. And then when you're traveling around, you need to know English because it is a global language. And at times, nonverbal communication is also very, very important, so that you need to learn English at the same time your nonverbal communication also. And speaking fluently is very important to communicate, especially in conferences and seminars, interviews, and all that, so that the others will judge how your language proficiency is. That's very important. And it is mostly used online platform. So whenever you're reading anything or from Google, Wikipedia, now Google Mummy is always there. So whenever you're going for Google, Wikipedia, and all that, yes, definitely the English is the first in the place. So it's very important to learn English nowadays. So today in this session, we've learned 5 reasons why learning English is very important and is very strengthy, and then where to use English effectively in the business context, and espresso English should be effectively used in order to have self-help in this growing global scenario. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, one and all. Any doubts?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Very excellent session. Pandiyammal, ma'am. Pandiyammal,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ma'am, a very wonderful session, ma'am. You told about what is the importance of English, like how it is used nowadays, and then because of internet of current, we got to use English language. Like you told, you told very good information to us, madam. That information was very useful to us. Very much, ma'am. A very excellent session, ma'am. We enjoyed, ma'am. Since English is a global language, everyone should know about it. Like you told, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. So, participants, any feedback? Please tell. Any feedback? You can raise your hand, or you can unmute your. I think Chandrasekhar is present, and then Kepsiba George present, Badmavati ma'am, Rajendran Tanmanam sir, Shahil Kam, please tell. Feedback. Yes, tell, ma'am. Pandimati ma'am. Tell, ma'am.
Please share stop, ma'am. Pilot ma'am.
Yeah, yes, sir. Please, sir.
Please switch off. Please cancel your ma'am, sharing mode, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Cancel your sharing mode.
Yeah, ma'am, I have switched off my
Feedback.
sharing mode.
Thank you, ma'am. Badmati ma'am, you can.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Unfortunately, I was unable to log in at the time. Just I was very hurried to log in. But yes, at the last 2 minutes only I could listen. Yes, we all know about Santoshi ma'am. Yeah, she is my sister even from the columns and all. Yeah, thank you so much. And I feel so bad that I missed the session. Yes,
No
ma'am.
issue.
Thank you.
You'll be given recording. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure. Ready to receive. Yeah. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Yes, ma'am. Over to the host.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Badmati ma'am. Any other participants, please tell your feedback or ask your doubt. Any other participants? Saravanan sir, Sahil Khan sir, Tanmanam sir, Kepsika George sir. You can, if you hesitate to speak in English, you can speak in Tamil also, sir. You can say feedback, sir. Thank you, sir.
சிறப்பு மேடம். மேடம் சூப்பர் அருமையா பேசுனாங்க. இருந்தாலும் நாங்களாம் வந்து தமிழ்லயே பேசி பழகிறதுனால தான் யோசனை பண்ணேன். இருந்தாலும் தாய்மொழி ஆயிடுச்சுங்களா?
No problem, sir. Come, sir. Come.
பரவாயில்ல மேடம். ஏன்னா அவங்க ஸ்பீச் பேசும்பொழுதும் அதை பேச ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது அப்சர்வேஷன் பத்தி பேசுனாங்க. எந்த லாங்குவேஜ்ங்கிறது முக்கியம் இல்லை, ஆனா அப்சர்வ் பண்றோமா, ஒரு 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 விளம்பரம் கூட ஒரு அட்டை கூட
The voice is not audible.
Sir, voice is not audible, sir. This comes.
Yeah.
I think
வாய்ஸ் கிளியரா இருக்குங்களா?
Yeah. Now it's okay.
Issues, I think. Tanmanam sir, பேசுங்க sir.
என்ன தெரியல, டவருக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் ஆயிடுச்சு. மேலே அப்சர்வேஷனுங்கிறது மேல சொன்னாங்க. நம்ம ஒரு ஆடா இருக்கட்டுங்க, ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு பார்க்கும் பொழுதா இருக்கட்டும், எந்த அளவுக்கு அது இன்வால்வ் ஆகி உள்வாங்கியிருக்கோம். அந்த ஒரு 30 செகண்ட் விளம்பரத்துல என்ன சொல்றாங்க, 1 நிமிட விளம்பரத்துல என்ன சொல்றாங்க, ஜஸ்ட் பேசாமையே அந்த பார்க்கும் பொழுது என்ன சொல்றாங்கிறது வந்து மேடம் அருமையா சொன்னாங்க. உண்மையிலே எனக்கு ஒரு ஆதங்கம் தான் இருக்கு. இருந்தா என்ன கேட்டீங்கன்னா, அந்த ஆதங்கத்தினால என்ன செய்யணும், என்னோட குழந்தைங்க 2 பேருமே வந்து சிபிஎஸ்சியில் மெட்ரிகுலேஷன் படிக்க வச்சுட்டு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அவங்களோட லாங்குவேஜ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தமிழ், ஹிந்தி, ஆங்கிலம். அப்படி இருக்கும் பொழுதுதான் ஒரு பிசினஸ் மேனா இருக்கட்டும், ஒரு மல்டி ஸ்கில்லுங்கிறப்ப மல்டி நாலேஜ் இருந்தால் மட்டும்தான் இன்னைக்குள்ள ட்ரெண்ட்ல, இன்னைக்குள்ள அப்டேட்ல வந்து இன்னைக்கு வந்து நம்ம உலக அளவுல குளோபலைசேஷன்ல வந்து உலகில் வந்து நம்ம சைன் பண்ண முடியும். நம்மளுடைய ப்ராடக்டை வந்து எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண முடியும். நம்ம ப்ராடக்டை வந்து இன்னும் பல கண்ட்ரிகளுக்கு எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ண முடியும். அதே போல அவங்ககிட்ட உள்ள லெட்டரா இருக்கட்டும், எதா இருக்கட்டும், ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் எல்லாமே வந்து நம்ம வந்து நீங்க மேடம் சொன்ன மாதிரி அப்சர்வ் பண்ணி சரியான வியூல கம்யூனிகேஷன் பண்ண முடியுங்கிறது வந்து மேடத்துடைய அவங்களுடைய ஸ்பீச்சரையும் அந்த அவங்களுடைய பேசுறதுடைய ஸ்டைல் கூட பார்த்தா நல்ல ஒரு இதா இருந்துச்சு. ஓ, இப்படிதான் பேசணும் போல இருக்கு அப்படின்னு நினைச்சேன் மேடம். திடீர்னு உங்களுடைய கோட்டை பார்க்கும்போது சரி லாயர் மேடம் பார்த்தா லாயர் பேர் இருக்காங்கன்னு நினைச்சேன் மேடம். சார் உண்மையிலேயே வந்து மேடம் உண்மையிலேயே வந்து உண்மையிலே என்னன்னா கண்டிப்பா நாங்க இதுல வந்து அதிகமா தமிழ் பேசி தமிழ் பேச்சு எங்களுக்கு உயிர் மூச்சுன்னு நினைச்சோம். ஆனா தமிழ் பேச்சு இப்ப உயிர் மூச்சா இருந்தாலும் உலக அளவில நம்ம டிராவல் பண்ணோம். உலக அளவு பாப்புலேஷனோட நம்ம மிங்கிள் பண்ணி பேசணும். உலக அளவுல நாமளும் ஒரு நம்பர் 1 இருக்குன்னு சொன்னோம்னா கண்டிப்பாக லாங்குவேஜ். இன்னைக்கு அறிஞர் அண்ணா இருக்கட்டுங்க, அறிஞர் அண்ணா தமிழ் தான். ஆனா வந்து அவரு உலக அளவுல பேசக்கூடிய சார் ஏதோ இடையில டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் ஆக மாதிரி தெரியுது.
ஓகே
சுரேஷ்குமார் மேடம் மாரி எங்களுக்கு அக்கம் பக்கத்துல வந்து நல்லா எங்களுக்கு பேர் இல்ல, நாங்க இதே எங்களுக்கு பக்கமா இருந்தாங்கன்னா மேடத்தை விட மாட்டோம். ஒன்னொன்னு ஒவ்வொரு நாளைக்கு சாப்பிடறதுல இருந்து ஒன்னொன்னுக்கும் எப்படி மேடம் பேசணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு பண்ணிருப்பேன் மேடம். அப்போ உள்ள காலகட்டம் எனக்கு வந்து ஆசை இருந்துச்சு, ஆவல் இருந்துச்சு. கடிதம் எழுதும் கூட வந்து எழுதுவோம். ஆனா இன்னைக்கெல்லாம் வந்து சரி அது மாரி நமக்கு ஒரு டீச்சர் ஒரு ஆசிரியர் இருந்தாங்கன்னா கொஞ்சம் தலையிலேயோ இதுலயோ முதுகுத்தி நீங்க பண்ணியிருந்தாங்கன்னா இல்ல எங்களுடைய வாழ்க்கை எங்களுடைய வாழ்வாதாரம் இருக்கு பார்த்தீங்களா, அம்மா அப்பா ஒரு என்ன பாருங்க, என்னோட குழந்தை நல்ல ஒரு ஃபுல்லா படிச்சுங்க. என்னோட குழந்தைய பார்த்து ஒரு பக்கம் ஆசையா இருக்கும், அவங்க பேசுறதை பத்தி எனக்கு வெக்கமாவும் இருக்கும். அப்படி ஒரு காலத்துல இருக்க ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சி. ரொம்ப நாளைக்கு பிற்பாடு நல்ல ஒரு அருமையான ஒரு ஒரு இதுல இங்கிலீஷ்ல ஒரு தலைப்புல பேசும் பொழுது இன்னும் இதை கற்றுக்கூடிய இன்னும் கற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டியதுதான் ஆசைப்படுகிறோம். இன்னும் உங்களுடைய இந்த இந்த நாலேஜ் இருக்கு பார்த்தீங்களா, இன்னும் பலருக்கும் போய் இது அவேர்னஸாகவும் இருக்கலாம், ஒரு இன்னும் நல்ல ஒரு நிறைய பேருக்கு பயன்பாடாகவும் இருக்கும், ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு ரெமடிஸாக இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு மேடம், வாரத்திற்கு ஒரு முறையோ மாதத்திற்கு ஒரு முறையோ நீங்கள் கண்டிப்பாக அருமையான ஒரு வெல்கம் அப்படிங்கிற தலைப்புல கூட ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு வேல்யூபான பாயிண்ட் பேசணும் மேடம். இன்னைக்கு சமுதாயத்திற்கு கண்டிப்பாக எப்படி ஒரு உணவு முக்கியமோ அதே போல பலருடைய கம்யூனிகேஷன், பலருடைய தகவல் திரட்டுக்கு இப்போ பாருங்க, நான் இப்போ தமிழ்ல கவிதை எழுதியிருந்தாலும் ஆங்கிலத்துல கவிதை எழுதணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறேன். ஆனா தமிழ்ல தவறு தெரிஞ்சு போயிடும், ஆங்கிலத்துல தவறும் தெரிஞ்சு போயிடும், தெரியாத போய் செய்யக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு நான் அமைதியா இருக்கேன் மேடம். ரொம்ப நன்றி மேடம். உங்களுடைய இந்த சர்வீஸ் வளரும் தலைமுறைகளுக்கு எப்படி மின்சாரம் இல்லாத ஒளி இல்லாத கிராமம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒளியை கொண்டு வந்தாங்க, சாலை இல்லாத கிராமமா இருக்கட்டும் சாலையை கொண்டு வந்தாங்க. அதே போல உங்களுக்கு சாலை ஒளி வாட்டர் நீர் இல்லாத யாருக்குமே இது நீரில் அப்படி மாரி கொண்டு வந்து நீரின்றி அமையாத மாரி கொண்டு வந்து அதே போல எதிர்காலத்துல கண்டிப்பாக மும்மொழி, கண்டிப்பாக ஒரு மும்மொழி கண்டால் மட்டும்தான் நம்முடைய முன்னேற முடியும். எம்மொழி உயிர் மொழின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தால் அவர்கள் வீட்டில் அந்த கிராமத்தில் விழுந்து 60 வயசு 70 வயசுலயோ எதுவுமே தெரியாம கேள்விகளோட தான் ஓய்வெடுப்பு சொல்லி உங்களுக்கு இந்த நேரத்தில் மிகுந்த நன்றிகளை கூறுகிறேன் மேடம். நன்றி, வணக்கம். தவறுதலா பேசியிருந்தா மன்னிச்சிருங்க, தமிழ்ல தான் பேசுறேன்.
தேங்க்யூ சார். தேங்க்யூ சார்.
No sir, no sir. Thank you very much, Dhanvanam sir. You took one any other feedback, sir, please.
வணக்கம் மேடம். சரவணன், திருப்பத்தூர்.
Welcome sir, welcome sir. Continuing sir.
மேடம், இப்போ வேற எதனா அனதர் வே சுலபமா இங்கிலீஷ் கத்துக்கல பேசினாக்கா ஓரளவுக்கு அவங்க வார்த்தைகள் புரியுது, ஆனா நம்ம மீனிங் நம்ம அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் ஆக மாட்டேங்குது.
I can understand little.
அவங்க ஆந்திரால இருந்து வந்திருக்காங்க. டைட்டில் அதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி தான், டைட்டில் அதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி தான் அவங்க ப்ரெசன்டேஷன். நீங்க மற்ற நாளோட கம்பேர் பண்ண முடியாது. அந்த லாங்குவேஜோட முக்கியத்துவம் குறித்து அவங்க பேசினாங்க. நமக்கு வேணுங்கிறத எடுத்துக்க வேண்டியதான்.
ஓகே
நன்றிங்க, நன்றி.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have a small doubt.
Yeah, sir. Yeah. Sahil, tell me, sir.
Hello, is my voice audible?
Yeah, definitely audible. Tell me, Sahil.
ಈ session Tamil Mangale ellarukku vanakkam. My name is Sahil. Ma'am, I really enjoyed your session. Everybody know you don't leave anyone. You leave everyone speechless. Small doubt I have that whatever communication skills or soft skills a person pursues, something will be there in his mind. I mean, some hesitance, something will be there. If he knows to speak, he knows to communicate, he doesn't know how to express himself well or how to give his thoughts or how to present his thoughts in words. So is there any, after knowing communication also, is there any way to just enhance his skill which could make a simple person also to reach great heights?
Yes. Done now? Shall I answer?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. So when you're talking about communication, which is a part of soft skills. So whenever we have, generally, we have trust, respect, and all these things which we've been discussing in human values. Even when you have communication, if you are not aware of a concept, if you don't know about a topic, then automatically the confidence levels will come down. Even if you're a very good communicator, even if you know excellently presentations and all that, but once you're not having content, you will be speechless. Second thing is, if you are having good content, but you have not practiced in front of the audience, in the sense in front of mirror or anything, then obviously, the fear comes out from your mind. Even when we are talking from past 20 years or 15 years or 30 years, whatever, even before going to class, if we don't prepare for the session, then it would be a tough job. So one thing is, for any excellence, practice is most important. And there is no other guidelines except practice. So you need to practice, and in order to have different methodologies and all that, yes, you have many sessions, many free online courses, and you have Coursera programs, and even online Swayam programs which are offered by IITs and ISS. Government of India has taken the initiative, and Swayam program is available, where you can do exclusive sessions on LSRW skills as well as communication skills, personality development, and all these concepts. But whatever you study, whatever you know, once you start exhibiting, then only you can be successful. So first thing is practice. Second thing, in front of the audience, you need to get practiced. And third important thing is, you need to have confidence, because you should have subject content. Once you have content, confidence, and practice, yes, in spite of any mother tongue influence, you can excel in your presentation and even communication. So first, that fear should be ruled out, and that happens only when you're confident. There is no other mantra, only this is the only mantra, which is practice. Is it okay, Sahil?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to put on my query. ಈ ವೇದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಗೀಕರಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ಎಲ್ಲವರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ನಂದಿ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Sir, some Reddy has raised.
Ma'am, I'm Kushi there.
Yeah, Kushi. Yeah, tell me more.
Firstly, good evening, ma'am. So I just have like, how should I check my progress with the language? What are the parameters should I consider? Like, is it my fluency or my my accent? What should I consider?
Now, fluency, accent, all these things comes after language. So once you are, once you are good at your language skills, then the fluency and even if you observe the great cricketer Kapil Dev, do you feel he's very fluent in talking English? Or when you observe Dhoni, initially he was not so strong in his language, but he was very strong in his content of playing. So when you're talking about fluency and accent, those two things will come after refinement. So when you want to do progress in your own career, your own path, first acquisition of language is important, which is happened only when you read books or when you listen to English related commentaries or English related works or watching English movies, whatever. So once you need to listen to, automatically, as you said, the accentualization also happens. Because once you keep on listening, you will practice as exactly it is. And once you read, you know the vocabulary, you can bag your vocabulary. So reading, listening are most important in order to make you speak better and write better. There is no other funda. But remember, fluency comes only when your expertise in that particular language, words especially. Once you keep on pronouncing them in a proper way, well, initially at times there are certain words which you cannot pronounce properly, but slowly when you keep on practicing, yes, your fluency would be exactly like a native speaker. So fluency part comes at the last stage. Once you're good at your language, next your accentualization followed by your fluency.
Like how we would know that we are progressing in the language or not? Like,
yeah, then you keep on speaking to your friends and keep on listening to and speaking to. It's not like listening to and all that. It has to be after listening, you need to speak. And you have to speak in the particular accent what you listen to. And there is no other benchmark or criteria. Even when you're doing your Me Pro and all that, you must be listening to the pronunciation part. Even there are n number of social media platforms or even softwares where you can observe your fluency rating. So that you can check once if you want to check your fluency rating.
yeah, ma'am. Thank you for the time and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am. May I ask you a question if you don't have any issues?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can.
Basically, this question emerges from your answer to the question that you just answered.
Okay.
I was just wondering, how much influence or is there any influence of social media on the communication of, for example, youth or any other, let's say, speakers of English these days? Do you think it is dominating their, way of communication on a daily basis, or it has no influence on their communication? What do you feel?
No, it does. Definitely it has its influence, because even if you could see the social media influence, especially WhatsApp or maybe sending emails or whatever is that, you could find the SMS language. Like YES, instead of that, they'll be writing only S and then before B4 like that. So that had an influence on the written skills. Generally, they got habituated in typing because of fast typing, they'll be going ahead with that. Okay. Automatically, it has an influence on literally the writing also. Even in the exam, different application of their own knowledge system. So definitely.
privilege madam. பாண்டியம்மாள் மேம் எல்லாரையும் மியூட் பண்ணிருங்க. மேடத்தை தவிர எல்லாரையும் மியூட் பண்ணிருங்க.
So
okay, ma'am, go ahead.
Definitely that influence would be there on all the youth, not even youth, even all the people, because now we got habituated to this mobile phones and WhatsApp and Facebook and all this. So that shortcut SMS language is being used everywhere. And even when we are listening to their speech, they're saying yeah, Ray, this kind of colloquial language also they've been using when they're speaking in a formal situation, which is not supposed to be. But yes, definitely that influence of social media and the podcast which they're listening to had a lot of impact on the youth as well as any individual who are following social media pattern.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am, for your answer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable explanation to every participant, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Any other participant?
Ma'am, closing formalities and faculty observation.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Ma'am, convey your observation, ma'am. in this session. Thank you.
Faculty observation.
Faculty observation.
Faculty observation.
Faculty observation.
Yeah. Ma'am, thank you so much for in spite of the difference in the network settings and all that. Thank you so much for sparing your time. I think now it is around 9:40. But still everybody, because it's not the first day, it is 1140 first day or something. But still all the members who are associated with Delta, you've been doing a tremendous job. As I think 1 week back when I was the chief guest, I've mentioned the same thing, because I could see that kind of passion and knowledge disbursement in all the members who are connected with this. Yes, definitely, in spite of your hectic schedules, every one of you might be attending the sessions and you've been listening to and just giving back the feedback and all that. It's not just like that. So I admire all the members who are connected with this particular Delta family. I could call it as family because even I got associated with that. So Lenin sir and Panjamal ma'am and Hepzibah ma'am and Sarvanan sir and every one of you who are connected with Rajendra Dhamnam sir and Padmavati and a couple of children like Sahil and Kushi and all the people like Hanuman sir, whoever is present, Chandrasekhar sir, whoever is present in the group. So everyone they have listened to, and I hope this session is useful for them and for their future also. So I think it's my heartfelt thanks, and I'm very grateful to all the members associated with Delta. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your feedback observation. Very, very good observation, ma'am. So, Secretary sir, then sir, the floor is hand over to our Secretary sir, Gandhilan sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Super. The training was clear with good content and good interpretations. Participants made good interactions and observed the training. The slideshow was set up with ideas. Is an attractive way. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much for giving useful answers to the questions of the participants. Excellent session, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much. Closing formalities. Pandiyamal, close the.
Madam, vanakkam, madam. Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Vote of thanks, சொல்லிட்டுமா.
Actually, Anmanamaya, vote of thanks.
In this JCI Delta Entrepreneur Federation sessions, a special thanks to the Chief Guest, Sir Sen Binu Jacob, sir. Thank you, sir. And National Trainer, thank you, sir. அதே போல நம்முடைய சேர்பர்சன் மிஸ்டர் நம்முடைய பாண்டியம்மாள் மேடம் சூப்பரா அருமையா இன்னைக்கு சேர்பர்சன் பற்றி சிறப்பாக பண்ணாங்க மதுரையிலிருந்து. அவர்களுக்கும் இந்த நேரத்தில் எங்களுடைய ஜேசி சார்பாக நன்றிகளை கூறுவதில் மிகவும் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறோம். இதற்கு மேலாக இன்னைக்கு பயிற்சியாளராகவும் ஃபேக்கல்டி பயிற்சியாளராகவும் எங்களுக்கு ட்ரைனராக இருந்து ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு வேல்யூபிள், அதாவது எக்ஸ்பிரஸ், இந்த எக்ஸ்பிரஸ்னால ஒரு ட்ரெயின் பஸ் தான் சொல்ல எக்ஸ்பிரஸ். இது இப்போ எங்களுக்கு எக்ஸ்பிரஷனாக கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, லாங்குவேஜ் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, எக்ஸ்பிரஷோ இங்கிலீஷ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு வேல்யூபிள் மந்த்ராஸ்ன்னு தான் சொல்ல முடியும். எப்படி மந்த்ராஸை வந்து எங்களுக்கு நீங்கள் அருமையாக கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ரொம்பவும் ஒர்த்தபுள், வேல்யூபிள், ஃபியூச்சர் எங்களுக்கு ஒர்த்தபுளாக இருக்கு. தேங்க்யூ மேடம். திரு ஆந்திராவிலிருந்து எங்களுக்கு மந்திரம் கொடுத்து வந்திருக்காங்க சந்தோஷ்குமார், டாக்டர் சந்தோஷ்குமார் மேடம் அவர்களுக்கு இந்த ஜேசிஎஸ் சார்பாகவும் இதில் இணைந்திருக்கிற அத்தனை நல்ல உள்ளவங்க சார்பாகவும் மனமார்ந்த வாழ்த்துக்களையும் நெஞ்சார்ந்த நன்றிகளையும் கூறுவதில் மிகவும் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறோம். மீண்டும் மேடம் கண்டிப்பாக ஒரு புதிய தலைப்பில், ஒரு புதிய பரிணாமத்தில் எங்களுக்கு புதிய யுக்திகளையும் புதிய சிந்தனைகளையும் புதிய ஒரு வழிகாட்டுதலும் கொடுக்க வேண்டும் சொல்லி இந்த நேரத்தில் மேடத்துக்கு தமிழ் தெரியுமானு தெரியல, நான் தமிழே சொல்லிட்டேன். நன்றி மேடம், தேங்க்யூ. அதே போல எங்களோட தொடர்ந்து பயணித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய ஆல் பார்ட்டிசிபேட்ஸ், ஆல் ஜேசிஎஸ் ஃபேமிலி மற்றும் நியூ புதிய ஆண்டர்பிரனர்ஸ் எல்லோருக்கும் இந்த நேரத்தில் நன்றிகளை கூறுகிறோம். இதற்கு போல இந்த நிகழ்வுக்கெல்லாம் முக்கியமாக காரணமாக, அதாவது பேஸ் மற்றும் பில்லர்னு சொல்ல முடியாதுங்களா, அதுமாரி எங்களுக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய ஃபவுண்டர், பிரசிடென்ட், ஜேசியோட பிரசிடென்ட் எங்களுடைய பிஆர் இளங்கோன்ஸ் அவர்களுக்கு எப்பொழுதும் நன்றி கூறுகிறோம். அதே போல எங்களுடைய செயலகத்தின் செம்மையாக இருக்கக்கூடிய செயலாளர், நம்முடைய செக்ரட்டரி Delta-Jci காந்தியன் அவர்களுக்கு உளமார்ந்த நன்றிகளை கூறுகிறோம். அதே போல ஆர்கனைசிங் இல்ல, அதாவது ஒருங்கிணைப்பின் உன்னதம்னு சொல்லுவோம். நம்முடைய ஆடிட்டர் TS மோகனேஷ் அவர்களுக்கு, வைப்ரண்ட் வைஸ் பிரசிடென்ட் அவர்களுக்கு இந்த நேரத்துல மகிழ்வான நன்றிகளை முன் கூறுகிறோம். இந்த நிகழ்வை உலகமெங்கும் எடுத்துச் செல்லக்கூடிய நம்முடைய மகேஷ் நாட்டாமை ஐயா அவர்களுக்கும் மற்றும் அதனுடைய பிரதிநிதியாக இருக்கக்கூடிய பாண்டி ஐயா அவர்களுக்கும் மகிழ்வான நன்றிகள். இந்த நிகழ்வை அழகுபட அச்சிட்டு அவருடைய சிந்தனையை இளைஞராக இருந்து ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் அழைப்புதலை அனைத்து குழுக்களுக்கும் பரிந்துரை செய்து கொண்டிருக்கிற இளைஞர், நிறைஞர், கலைஞர், நல்ல ஒரு ஓவிய கலைஞர் சொல்லலாம், நம்முடைய நிறையன்மன் அவர்களுக்கு எப்பொழுதும் நன்றிகளை கூறுகிறோம். அதே போல எங்களுடைய இந்த ஒருங்கிணைப்பின் குழுவாக இருக்கக்கூடிய நம்முடைய செனட்டர் ராமசாமி அவர்களுக்கு, ரைட்டன் சார் அவர்களுக்கு, சக்சஸ் மகேந்திரன் சார் அவர்களுக்கு, மற்றும் டாக்டர் கங்காவித்யா மேடம் அவர்களுக்கு, மற்றும் முத்துவேல் பாண்டியன் சார் அவர்களுக்கு, விவேக்ராஜ் சார் அவர்களுக்கு அனைவருக்கும் இந்த நேரத்துல நன்றிகளை சொல்லி, நாளையும் நல்ல ஒரு அருமையான தலைப்பில் அருமையான ஒரு சிறப்பு விருந்தினரோடு அருமையான நல்ல ஒரு பயிற்சியாளருடைய நாளைய இந்த மாமன்றமும் நிகழ எதிர்பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. நாளை நிகழ்வையும் நல்ல நிகழ்வாக மாற்ற வேண்டும் சொல்லி இந்த அருமையான நல்ல வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி கூறி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம். Hearty thanks for one all joined the session.
Your permission, end of the session. Pandiyamal ma'am, please end the call.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful thanks, sir. So now the meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Thanks to all.
Thank you, everyone. I thank everyone who attended the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ma'am, Pandiyamal ma'am, end பட்டன் உங்ககிட்ட தான். நீங்க தான் ஹோஸ்டா இருக்கீங்க. end கொடுங்க.
Sir?
Sir, shall I leave, sir?
இல்ல, உங்க ஸ்கிரீன்ல end பட்டன் இருக்கும், அதை end